Atlanta fans, welcome to that Atlanta sports show. Not just any sports show, not this sports show, that Atlanta sports show, where we talk all things United and Falcons. I'm your host, Jeremy the Impact York. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you amazing people out there. There are things to be happy and thankful for. Um, Lots of things. I'm thankful for you guys. And I'm happy for you guys because hopefully everyone is doing well. And if you're not, just keep your chin up, keep making good choices, and we'll all have you in thoughts and prayers. But on to some lighter notes. If you want to follow the show, you can go to our YouTube channel, impact_media_. You can follow me on any of the social medias at the Impact99. And we appreciate all your support up until now. Now, we are going to finish up talking some Falcons. But first, let's talk about United. And, spoiler alert if you don't know already, the culmination of their season. They finished ninth in the East, had to take out Montreal, and they did that. First off, they had to win on the final week, and they had to get some crazy results to happen, certain people to lose and certain people to draw. And they did that, and they get the 9 seed. The 9 seed means you have to face the 8 seed, which was Montreal. They take Montreal out. Then you get the number 1 seed, Miami. And you got to beat them basically 2 out of 3. And you do that. So then you get a date with your old nemesis, Orlando. And unfortunately, Orlando was able to get it done. They went 1-0, which was rough because who was it? Ramiro Enrique scored his 9th goal. His ninth? I thought he had 8. Anyway, scored his 9th goal in the 39th minute, just before halftime, and just were not able to score. In fact, we didn't even get a shot on goal. I've got to talk about that. So Orlando took 14 shots, 4 of which were on goal. That means the goalie had to make a play on them. I don't know if that includes the goal or not. I need to ask that. Atlanta, on the other hand, had 8 shot attempts, 0 shots on goal. Not to make it sound bad, but Atlanta United had as many shots on goal as me and you guys combined. It was an issue a lot of the year that even when they generated offense, a lot of times the shots weren't on goal. They were just to the left. They were over. They were just to the right. They were intercepted and interceded before they got there. They were, it happened. Not even concerned with the yellow card. I mean, they had 5 corner kicks. We earned 4. That's pretty crazy. And okay, it does. Okay, the shots on goal does include the goal. I got some clarification there from producer Sunshine, who I appreciate greatly. Sassy as well. Because it says that Atlanta had 3 saves and they had 4 shots on goal. So obviously one of those. All right. So let's just put this in perspective again. You're counted out pretty much the entire second half of the season. Outside of 17, outside of you guys, not just me, outside of you guys played a way bigger part. And, because there's a lot more of you. But all of this together, the 17s, we continue to push this team and continue to cheer for them, even when other people were saying, "Why are you cheering for that team?" Because it's our team. We could cheer for other teams. We don't. We cheer for this team. And like I said, even when things looked bleak a little bit there for a second, we kept believing in this team. And they knew it. And they made some moves, and they were able to get some people in and try to put a push together. And I think they made a tremendous effort in doing that. So counted out pretty much half the year. Make it into the playoffs. Not only make it, win round one, knock off the 8th seed. Win round two, beat Miami 2 out of 3. And then you take on Orlando and you only lose 1-0. Outside of the result, how is that considered a failure? And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, success is the only way we can have a successful season is if we win the cup." Okay. Honestly, that's not where your team is. I want to win every year too, but that's not where your team is. You have to look at the positive. As I'm talking here, the emergence of um, Muyamba and Rios. This team doesn't have a number one striker. They don't. They had one in Yakamakis, and he took the fast train to Mexico. I think that's where he went. He saw a chance to jump, and he did. And hey, more power to him. That's fine. Because my thing is, if you don't want to be a part of this, then don't. Either you're all in on this, or you're all out. That's That's the way I like to do things. You don't have to do something. Don't just stick around for the paycheck. Don't just stick around because it's just I'll just stick it out. And no, you aren't in, and get out. And it's nothing personal. I have Yakamakis was beloved. Probably still is. If he showed up and waved at everybody at halftime of a game, I think once he's on the opposing team, I'm even then think he'd be remembered as a good member of this team. But they bring in Moranchuk to because of a lot of people say that the team packed it in, or at least the organization did um when they moved some of the players early on. I get what you're saying. When Thiago Almada was moved, or Yakamakis, or um, Caleb Wiley. When you move off of those people, then that then they were packing it in. I don't think they were. I don't I don't see that. I see where you can come up with that, but I don't think that's correct. And I'm not saying your opinion's incorrect. I'm just saying that I don't think that's what it was. They were trying to win the entire time. For the I don't know third of you guys, because I will point at some of the fans. Probably not the ones that listen to this. So you know what friends of yours I'm talking to. For the third or so of the fan base that has been trying to run Brad Guzan out of town for I don't know years, um, joke's on you because Brad had a great speech at the end of the year a couple days ago, and he's coming back 2025. So if you were hoping to see somebody else in goal, well, maybe you want to sit up top and you can like squint your eyes maybe and pretend it's somebody else because Brad's coming back and Brad gives you the best chance to win right now. Um, expiring contracts and things like that, I'm going to try to have somebody on here that knows a lot more about that than me. I've done some research into some of them, but I'm going to try to get somebody on here in the next couple of weeks, and we will go over a lot of that. But I gotta think, you want to keep Saba. I think Rios is on a loan, so he will probably go back. I don't think we have the option to keep him. Wish him the best if that is what is going on. I think we have Gregerson. I think we have TRE, but once again, he's not a striker. He's a forward. A striker's almost number one intent is to score goals, where TRE has a little bit of defense and a little bit more of a setup in his game. I think Silva's back. Moranchuk we're gonna have. Please, Lennon should be back from injury. Hopefully we keep Derek Williams and Fortune and Tyler Wolf. And I just feel like also that we're gonna lose people. And this is what happens. It happens in football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Happens a lot more. The turnover is a lot bigger. Most of the time, your average player stays on a team 3, 4, 5 years and moves on. It's just the way it works. For one, this is a stair-step league to Europe and to France and other places like that. So you're going to get Yakamaka's taking a chance to go to a bigger club, bigger opportunity down south. You're going to get that. I do think that Garth Lagerway is not only going to bring in a coach, I'll talk about that in a second, bring in a coach to fit the mold in the team they're trying to build with the pieces they already have in place. I think they're going to go after they have 2 DP spots. You got to think striker is number one focus, and you got to think maybe a midfielder, because I think that's what would help the most. But Garth has also said recently, per Doug Robertson of the AJC, that they're going to go for the 2 best players that fit the scheme that they're trying to do. So if that's a striker, then great. If it's not a striker, well, then they do something. Then it's somebody else. I do think striker is number one intent. I think the second one is the one that could be anything in particular. For this team, man, they are a team that look good out of the gate. I said I don't think losing Almada or Yakamakis or Wiley or any of those to the transfers or the injuries or the shuffles or any of those sorts of things, I don't think that was as big of a derail as a lot of people do. So, just me in general. Once again, I'm gonna have people on here to break down the who could still be on the team, who not, those sorts of things. Maybe in the next couple of weeks. You guys let me know in the comments below who you want me to reach out to, and I do have some contacts of my own, but I'm not afraid to try to bring on people that you tell me. We will try at least. But congratulations, Orlando. That's the thing that gets lost in this. I know they're your rival, and that's not fun. It's not fun to lose a game to your rival. It's not fun to lose 1-0. And it's also not fun to lose a playoff game. But you're playing with house money from the time you got in. Outside of the fan base, nobody thought you were going to be in. So everything you did was a bonus and showed everybody that you're a way better team than everybody had them pegged out to be. You could have beat Orlando. You could be the one that is going to play the New York Red Bulls Saturday. Saturday as we speak. By the way, that's going to be a fun matchup. Where is that game at? That game is in Orlando. The game is in Orlando. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then on the western side, LA Galaxy versus Seattle. That's going to be in LA. Ooh. I'll be honest, I think Seattle is the better team, but if they're playing in LA, there's a chance the Galaxy pull this off. But if it were me, Red Bulls is the better team, but I think Orlando could pull this off at home as well. I'm going to say Seattle Orlando is going to be the final. It's just what I'm going to go with for that. But we're going to we're not going to just stop talking Atlanta United just because they're no longer playing games for this season. There's all kinds of off-season stuff. We're going to be bringing on guests. You guys are going to really like a lot of the stuff we're going to do. At least I hope you do. Like I said, let me know what kind of content you want to hear, what kind of things we'll try to bring people on. Let us know. Absolutely let us know. So now let's get into the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, who last week were on a bye. Good news, right? Last week you were on a bye. You still have the Buccaneers win? I don't remember. It was not eventful. Buccaneers did win. Okay, so the Buccaneers are technically a game and a half because you have the tiebreaker. They're a game behind you. I'm not worried about them or the Saints or the Panthers. You're still the better team. What we are seeing is the Falcons are getting a little exposed because they're winning the games they're supposed to win, but when they're going against slightly superior defenses, the better defenses are really, really shutting down the offense, which is kind of crazy. It's too talented to do that, and that secondary is got some issues. They got torched by Bo Nix, who's an emerging rookie quarterback, pretty good, but you're going to be facing a team in the LA Chargers. At least you're at home. You're going to be here, but you're going to be facing a team that is led by Jim Harbaugh, who knows how to coach up quarterbacks and knows how to call offense. And boy, do they have some weapons. They've got Justin Herbert, who is having a better than usual year. And I say that because he just hasn't played him and Trevor Lawrence are just baffle me why they can't lead the league. Maybe it's been coaching, who knows. But Herbert only threw the one interception all year, and he's thrown 13 touchdowns. So keep that in mind. Their leading running back is J.K. Dobbins, but they have a lot more other than that. And leading receiver, you guys remember this guy, Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey. Something Harbaugh likes to do is run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. But when you have Herbert and Dobbins who can come out of the backfield, remember J.K. Dobbins used to play for his brother, so he knows all about him in Baltimore. And Ladd McConkey, among all of the other receivers out there. There's a reason why they let almost all the receivers go and started over and drafted McConkey and others. Harbaugh wanted to build the team the way he built the team with the skills that he had here. Herbert throw into a younger receiving core. They can grow together, and they're starting to light it up. They're definitely starting to light it up. At this juncture, they're still in the Kirk Cousins train. You should be as well. He's thrown 9 picks, 17 touchdowns, but 9 picks, a little more than I would have wished. A couple of those were early when he was still not 100%. Bijan has been the dominant rusher. I feel like he could be accented more because the team has been behind a handful of times, so they've had to rely on the pass and not been able to really get him going. And the Darnell Mooney is a surprise of the ball to almost everybody who didn't listen when I said this is going to be a big pickup. He gets open. When Drake London is double teamed and Kyle Pitts is bracketed as well, Darnell Mooney has been able to be the bright spot. He's got 48 receptions, 711 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the year. Might have more. If he plays this week, might have more. But where the Falcons can win this game, the secondary has to be better, but you need to get the pass rush going. You went out and got Judon. You went out and got these other guys supposedly to make it all better. Well, then you have to get after the quarterback. You have to have Herbert scrambling around and not able to stand and throw. Because if he's able to stand and throw, him and Lad McConkey are going to light it up like a pinball machine. So the secondary has to be better, and the pass rush needs to be there. And also, I think early you got to get Kirk going. You got to get some passes into the flat. That could be to Mooney or to Robinson or to Pitts. Anybody, doesn't matter. Some shorter, softer throws to get him in rhythm, and then let Kirk be Kirk, and Kirk can light everybody up. And I believe, don't let it come down to Young Hoku. But if it does, he can hit the kick. I have faith in him. I have faith in it. So the Falcons are going to win this game. The Falcons are going to win this game. And it's not me trying to convince myself or trying to convince you. We're saying it for the sake of this show. The Falcons are going to win this game. For one, they're up here. They're going to have all of you guys there. They're going to have Falcon Nation packing this place out. So the best thing to do is to pack it out. If you can't do that, support them from home. They're going to win this game. What is that? Dobbins may not play. Didn't know that. Regardless, Falcons on top. The Falcons are going to win. And that's how they're going to do it. They're going to get Kirk going early. They're going to get the pass rush after Herbert. And they're not going to make any mistakes. They're not going to turn the ball over, which is just a drive killer. So, like I said, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to try to get some guests on, some people maybe you guys have seen before, maybe sometimes you haven't. Introduce you to some fun people as well. We're going to be talking United. We're going to be talking Falcons all the way. This show pretty much stays year round. But other than that, we have reached the end of the show. Hopefully, hopefully you guys are still on the train here, and if not, hit me up in the comments, and we will continue these discussions later on. But until then, this has been another great edition of That Sports Show. Not this sports show, not any other sports show. That Sports Show. I am Jeremy the Impact York. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go Falcons. Go United.